Today, we're talking about President-elect Trump's latest cabinet picks, Netflix's issues streaming the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul boxing match, new intel that Israel's strike on Iran destroyed a secret nuclear research lab, and other top news for Monday, November 18th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour over today. Here's the verse of the day. If anyone says, I love God, and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he who does not love his brother whom he has seen cannot love God whom he has not seen. 1 John 4:20. Let's get started with some espresso shots. President-elect Trump's cabinet picks are stirring the pot. Chris Wright, founder of a multi-billion-dollar fracking company, has been nominated for Energy Secretary, where he's expected to accelerate fossil fuel development. There's an increasingly public battle for Treasury Secretary. Critics say 47-elect's cabinet won't be structurally sound, often citing his nominee's lack of experience and non-traditional views. For example, Defense Secretary nominee Peter Hegseth left the Army National Guard as a major in 2021 and has advocated against women holding combat roles. Health and Human Services nominee RFK Jr. is an environmental lawyer who has criticized how the U.S. handles vaccines. Supporters say this non-traditional picks are just what is needed, often saying what's historically been done isn't working. President-elect Trump is pushing to fill his cabinet positions through recess appointments, which would temporarily bypass Senate confirmation hearings. Politicians rise and fall, stirring controversy and letting down supporters and critics alike. But our hope doesn't rest on changing leadership. It rests in the Lord, who reigns with compassion, wisdom, and justice that never wavers. Psalm 9, 7-10 says, But the Lord sits enthroned forever. He has established his throne for judgment, and he judges the world with righteousness. He executes judgment on the nations with fairness. The Lord is a refuge for the persecuted, a refuge in times of trouble. Those who know your name trust in you, because you have not abandoned those who seek you, Lord. Netflix's latest live sports broadcast, the Tyson-Paul fight, wasn't exactly a knockout. A whopping 60 million plus households tuned in to see 27-year-old Jake Paul face off against 58-year-old Mike Tyson, but thousands ended up venting on social media, and millions turned to spectators' live streams due to buffering issues. Down Detector logged 85,000 complaints about the event, and Netflix acknowledged that the mega event put their systems on the ropes. Ultimately, prizefighter Paul won by unanimous decision after 8 rounds, although critics called the tough-to-watch fight a snooze. Tyson showed flashes of aggression early, but after the match, Paul said he never felt Tyson's power. Both still cashed in big. Paul earned $40 million. Tyson took home $20 million. Now, Netflix hopes to get back in fighting shape before its upcoming NFL and WWE live events. Whether we're YouTubers, athletes, newsletter writers, teachers, plumbers, or anything in between, we have an opportunity every day to honor God in our work with the gifts He's given us, and to show the love of Christ to those around us as we do. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, So whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do for the glory of God. New details are emerging about Israel's retaliatory strike on Iran last month. On October 25th, Israel struck military targets across Iran and killed 5 Iranian service members. Recent U.S. intelligence revealed that the strike had a bigger impact than initially known. It completely leveled Iran's tippy-top secret active nuclear weapons research facility called Telegon 2. International allies had urged Prime Minister Netanyahu to avoid striking Iranian nuclear facilities for fear of triggering a wider war. But Telegon 2 was not a registered part of Iran's nuclear program, so it couldn't acknowledge the significance of the attack without revealing the Islamic Republic's nuclear non-proliferation treaty violation. With the strike, Israel demonstrated insight into Iran's most classified activities. To resume nuclear development, Iran would have to replace destroyed equipment, which will be nearly impossible to procure secretly. Here's a verse to consider when global news makes you feel like you're inside a spy movie. First of all, then, I urge that petitions, prayers, intercessions, and thanksgivings be made for everyone, for kings and for all who are in authority, so that we may lead a tranquil and quiet life in all godliness and dignity. 1 Timothy 2, 1 and 2.
Hey, it's Ellie from The Pour Over. I've always dreamed of being the star of my own cooking show, and thanks to HelloFresh, I'm feeling this close to living that dream. With farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients delivered to my door, I'm whipping up meals that impress even the pickiest critics. Cooking has never been this easy or exciting. With HelloFresh, gone are my endless hours scrolling through Pinterest looking for recipes. HelloFresh meals are well-balanced, simple, and packed with variety. Plus, with customizable options like protein swaps and side upgrades, every meal is exactly the way we like it. Oh, and if you're looking to stock up, HelloFresh Market has over 100 add-ons like desserts, quick breakfast, snacks, and more. This month, they even have Thanksgiving items that you can impress the in-laws with minimal effort. Get 10 free meals at HelloFresh.com/free pour-over. That's 10 free meals across 7 boxes for new subscribers only. Just head to HelloFresh.com/free pour-over.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. President Biden and China's President Xi met for likely the last time at Peru's Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. Xi, already looking ahead to Trump's America First administration, emphasized the U.S.-China relations are vital for the destiny of humanity. Meanwhile, Biden took the opportunity to urge Xi to dissuade North Korea from deepening its support for Russia's war on Ukraine. A Southwest flight was struck by gunfire near the cockpit in Dallas on Friday night as it was preparing to take off for Indianapolis. There were nearly 99 people on board, but no one was injured. The Boeing 737 returned to the terminal and passengers deplaned while the city's police and fire departments shut down the runway to investigate. Conan O'Brien will host the 97th Academy Awards in March, giving 4-time host Jimmy Kimmel a break. The 61-year-old comedian, famous for Late Night and Conan, joked, "America demanded it and now it's happening." Taco Bell's new cheesy chalupa supreme. In other news, I'm hosting the Oscars. Academy officials dubbed him the perfect fit for the job. President Biden has given Ukraine the green light to use long-range American weapons inside Russia, a significant reversal of U.S. policy and something Moscow previously said would constitute an act of war. The change allows Kyiv to use the Army Tactical Missile Systems (ATACMS) in response to the deployment of 10,000 North Koreans for Russia's war effort. Granny Daisy to the rescue. The UK's largest mobile network has introduced a chatbot named Daisy meant to frustrate phone scammers. She mimics an older woman with all of the time in the world to ask scammers questions about the interwebs and chat about her cat Fluffy while fraudsters try to get her fake bank deets. And that's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcast app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We appreciate your support and hope you have a great day. We'll see you on Wednesday.
If you love inspiring testimonies of courageous faith, look no further. The Voice of the Martyrs is offering TPO listeners free access to a film called Sabina, Tortured for Christ, the Nazi Years. It tells the powerful, true story of a woman's journey to faith in Christ and the risks she took to share the gospel with soldiers from the army that killed her family. Visit vom.org/TPO to claim your free copy today.